a land of untamed beauty and harsh extremes. Stretching across 5 countries, this ancient mountain range forms the towering backbone of the earth, a spine of rock and ice thrusting upwards into the heavens, its jagged peaks rising higher than the imagination can fathom. Welcome to the Himalayan wilderness, a place where life clings to existence at the very edge of survival. Here, nature reigns supreme. This is no ordinary land. It is the realm of giants, where snow-capped peaks meet dense, uncharted forests, where animals of incredible strength, skill, and patience roam vast expanses in search of sustenance. From the lush, fertile jungles of the Terai to the towering, snow-swept heights of the Tibetan Plateau, the Himalayas offer a dramatic contrast of environments, each one a world of its own. Life here, in this place of extremes, thrives in ways that are as varied as they are extraordinary. The Himalayas, whose name means abode of snow, stand as a barrier between the ancient cultures of the Indian subcontinent and the vast plains of Central Asia. The range, with its awe-inspiring peaks, including the world's highest, Mount Everest, is home to some of the most spectacular biodiversity on the planet. Yet, this diverse ecosystem exists in a delicate balance, one shaped by the extremes of altitude, temperature, and isolation. As we journey into the heart of this wilderness, we are met with extremes like no other. At the base of the mountains, the forests of Nepal's Terai stretch into lush, tropical jungles. These forests are alive with the hum of life. Tropical birds, vibrant butterflies, and the rustling of leaves as unseen creatures pass by. The dense foliage forms an impenetrable canopy, with tangled vines and towering trees, their trunks twisted and gnarled by the weight of centuries. Here the air is thick and moist, alive with the song of cicadas and the chirping of birds. The ground is alive, teeming with life, from tiny insects to the powerful predators who have made this jungle their kingdom. But as we ascend, the terrain shifts dramatically. The climate changes, the air thins, and the warmth of the lowlands gives way to the crisp, bitter cold of the high altitudes. The forests begin to thin out, replaced by alpine meadows where hardy shrubs and grasses struggle to survive. The once vibrant landscape turns muted and vast, the sky a striking blue, above stretching endlessly into the horizon. Here in these heights, the ground is often covered with snow, and the wind howls across the exposed ridges, carrying with it the harshness of life at altitude. At the very top, beyond the reach of most, the snow-capped peaks rise like sentinels, piercing the sky. The summit of Everest, the pinnacle of human achievement, towers above all. Yet below its icy crown, these mountains are a battleground for life, a harsh and unforgiving environment where only the strongest and most resilient survive. The jagged rocks and glaciers are home to a select few, those who have adapted to the relentless cold, the oxygen-scarce air, and the ferocious winds that whip across the ridges. Survival here is not for the faint of heart. Every step must be taken with purpose, for each moment in this wilderness is fraught with danger. From the ice-crusted edges of the highest peaks to the dense forests far below, the Himalayan wilderness is a land of extremes, a place where only the fittest predators can endure. In this unforgiving world, life is constantly on the edge, where the struggle for survival plays out in the form of stalking, hunting, and enduring the harsh realities of the natural world. The animals of this land are no less extraordinary than the landscapes they inhabit. The apex predators of the Himalayas, Bengal tigers, snow leopards, wolves, and golden eagles rule over this vast and varied terrain. Each of these creatures has evolved to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, their bodies perfectly adapted to the ever-changing conditions of the Himalayas. The Bengal tiger, with its powerful frame and stealthy movements, silently stalks the dense forests of the Terai, hunting its prey with unmatched precision. The snow leopard, the ghost of the high mountains, moves like a shadow in the frozen wilderness, its spots blending perfectly with the rocky landscape. The wolf pack, ever vigilant, moves across the alpine meadows, working together to secure their place in the food chain. The eagle soars above it all, its sharp eyes watching from the heavens, ready to swoop down on any prey that dares to venture too far from cover. In the face of such extraordinary beauty, however, there is a constant battle for survival. The weather, the terrain, and the animals themselves all shape the conditions of life in this region. The predators of the Himalayas must face these challenges head-on, adapting to the ever-shifting landscape and climate in order to thrive. It is a test of strength, patience, and cunning, and only the most resilient will emerge victorious. As the seasons shift, life in the Himalayas ebbs and flows, a rhythm that has existed for millennia. In the winter, the predators struggle against the biting cold and the scarcity of food, while in the summer, the lush green forests provide a temporary reprieve. Yet, no matter the season, one thing remains constant. Survival is always uncertain. Each day brings a new challenge, a new battle to fight. The Himalayas, with their majestic beauty and awe-inspiring heights, are more than just a landscape. They are the stage upon which the dramas of life and death play out. The predators of this land are the true masters of survival, each one a testament to the power of adaptation and resilience in the face of nature's most extreme challenges. Their story is one of endurance, grace, and strength. A story that unfolds across the vast, untamed wilderness of the Himalayas. As we venture deeper into this magnificent realm, we will witness the lives of these predators, observing how they live, hunt, and survive in a world where every breath is a fight for existence. In the heart of the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the cold is biting, only the strongest, most skilled creatures can survive. This is their world, and we are merely guests in their kingdom. In the shadow of the towering peaks of the Himalayas, where the air is thick with humidity and the trees rise like ancient sentinels, the Bengal tiger reigns as one of the true rulers of the jungle. Hidden within the dense undergrowth of Nepal's Terai region, these majestic creatures are both a symbol of grace and raw power, a living testament to nature's ability to craft a predator perfectly suited to its environment. Here, in the lush jungles of the Himalayan foothills, the Bengal tiger moves with a quiet authority. Its movements are a seamless blend of power and stealth, each step calculated, each pause measured. As the sun filters through the canopy above, casting dappled patterns of light across the forest floor, the tiger's golden coat seems to shimmer, but it remains elusive, its presence only known to those who are keen enough to notice the faint rustle in the underbrush or the fleeting glimpse of a striped tail vanishing between the trees. The Bengal tiger, with its muscular build and powerful frame, is a predator designed for stealth and precision. It has evolved over millennia to become a near-perfect hunting machine. With each muscle rippling beneath its sleek orange coat, the tiger possesses not only strength, but a silent grace that is deceptive. The heavy paws that tread softly on the forest floor, the intense gaze that never wavers from its prey. These are the hallmarks of an animal that has mastered the art of ambush. The dense jungles of Nepal are both a blessing and a challenge for the Bengal tiger. Here, the dense foliage provides cover, allowing the tiger to conceal itself from its prey and remain unseen until the very last moment. The thick underbrush, tangled vines, and towering trees offer both a sanctuary and a trap. The jungle is a maze of shadows and light, a labyrinth of sound and silence. The tiger knows this land intimately. Every crevice, every scent, every whisper of movement. It is the master of its domain, an apex predator that has honed its skills over centuries, evolving to become one with the jungle. But in these woods, stealth is only part of the equation. The Bengal tiger is a creature of immense power, capable of bringing down prey that seems beyond the reach of other predators. With powerful legs that allow it to leap distances up to 10 feet in a single bound, it is capable of covering ground in seconds. Its strong jaws and sharp claws are built to overpower its prey, to grip with unrelenting force, and to deliver a fatal strike with astonishing speed. The tiger's hunting tactics are a study in patience and precision. Unlike many predators that rely on speed and endurance, the Bengal tiger's greatest strength lies in its ability to wait. It is a master of ambush, capable of stalking its prey for hours, sometimes even days, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The tiger's keen senses, sharp eyesight, acute hearing, and an extraordinary sense of smell allow it to track its prey with unmatched skill. It will follow the scent of a deer or the rustle of a wild boar through the thick jungle, patiently waiting, moving with the quiet stealth of a shadow. The tiger's preferred hunting ground is the dense jungle, where its camouflage allows it to blend into the surroundings, becoming one with the environment. It is here, in the deep shadows of the forest, that the tiger excels. The jungle provides cover, but it also presents its own set of challenges. The thick, tangled vegetation often makes it difficult for the tiger to move quickly, and the dense underbrush limits its visibility. Yet this is where the tiger's patience comes into play. It will wait for hours, motionless, hardly a breath escaping its lungs, its gaze fixed on a single target, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. When that moment finally comes, the tiger is a blur of motion. In an instant, the quiet jungle is shattered by the explosive power of the predator. With a leap that seems to defy the laws of physics, the tiger closes the gap between itself and its prey in the blink of an eye. Its sharp claws dig into the flesh of the animal, while its powerful jaws clamp down with unyielding force, sealing the fate of the victim. The jungle falls silent once more. The only sound, the deep rhythmic breathing of the tiger as it claims its prize. But even in its power, the Bengal tiger faces challenges. The Terai jungle, while offering abundant cover, is also a land of shifting fortunes. The once thriving herds of prey, spotted deer, wild boars, and the occasional sambar, have become more elusive as human encroachment has destroyed much of the tiger's habitat. The relentless march of development has fragmented the tiger's territory, forcing them into ever smaller pockets of wilderness. Prey is no longer as plentiful, and the tiger must travel further and hunt longer to satisfy its hunger. As a result, the tiger's once secure territory has shrunk, and it is now competing with other apex predators, such as leopards and wolves, for the same limited resources. The tiger's diet is primarily carnivorous, and it requires a substantial amount of meat to sustain its massive frame. A single adult Bengal tiger can consume up to 40 kilograms of meat in a single sitting. This amount of food sustains the tiger for several days, but the act of hunting itself is a taxing endeavor. Only about 1 in 10 hunts is successful, and even then, the tiger must be careful. The jungle is full of risks, not just from other predators, but also from the ever-present danger of injury. A wounded tiger is a vulnerable tiger, and survival in the jungle becomes even more difficult when one is injured. Beyond the challenges of finding food, the Bengal tiger also faces threats from humans. The encroachment of human settlements into the jungle, the destruction of forests for agriculture, and the illegal poaching of tigers for their pelts and bones have all contributed to the declining population of this majestic predator. The Bengal tiger's future is uncertain, and it is now considered endangered in many parts of its range. Efforts to protect the tiger are ongoing, but the battle is far from over. Despite these challenges, the Bengal tiger remains a symbol of strength, resilience, and grace. It is a creature of incredible power, yet it is also one of the most elusive and mysterious animals on Earth. Its survival in the face of such adversity is a testament to its extraordinary adaptability and its deep connection to the land it calls home. The Bengal tiger is not just a predator. It is a living embodiment of the wild, a reminder of the fragile balance of life in the Himalayas, and a symbol of the raw power and majesty of nature. In the dense jungles of the Himalayan foothills, the Bengal tiger continues its ancient dance with survival, moving through the shadows with the grace of a ghost and the power of a king. Its reign over the land is a quiet one, its dominance felt more in its absence than its presence. The tiger is the ruler of this kingdom, a predator like no other, and it will continue to thrive in the wild heart of the Himalayas as long as the jungle endures. In the high-altitude realms of the Himalayas, where the Earth's pulse is slow and the sky is a deep, endless blue, the snow leopard prowls. A creature of the cold, a shadow amidst the snow, it is a ghost in its realm, rarely seen, but always present in the whispered winds and the soft, powdery footprints that mar the pristine snow. Its grace is unmatched, its movements are as fluid as the mountain air, and its eyes, sharp and piercing, seem to hold the mysteries of these ancient peaks. The snow leopard is a solitary creature, existing on the fringes of the world's highest mountains. These majestic predators are so elusive that entire generations of researchers have studied them in vain, seeking to understand their behavior, their habits, their lives. They are ghosts not only in the physical sense, but in the cultural lore of the Himalayas. The very name snow leopard evokes a sense of mysticism, a creature so intertwined with its environment that it seems more a part of the landscape than a separate entity. In the vast, rugged, and remote regions of the high Himalayas, the snow leopard is a figure of legend and wonder, a living spirit of the mountains. Its coat, thick and silken, is a perfect camouflage for the rocky, snow-covered landscapes that make up its home. The pale, grayish-white fur, marked with rosettes and spots, mirrors the snowy terrain that stretches endlessly beneath the towering peaks. It is this camouflage, combined with the snow leopard's exceptional stealth, that makes it so elusive. In these high altitudes, the predator moves like a wisp of wind, fading into the shadows of the rocks or the folds of the icy ridgelines. One moment it is visible, its body rippling over the frozen landscape. The next, it has disappeared into the vastness of the mountains, a shadow vanishing into the distance. The snow leopard's home is not for the faint of heart. High above the tree line, where the air is thin and the winds bite like 1,000 icy needles, the snow leopard has carved out a life of solitude. Here, in the craggy, wind-swept passes of the Himalayas, the animal faces the harshest of conditions. The biting cold of winter, the howling winds, and the steep, rocky cliffs are all part of the snow leopard's daily existence. Yet, this environment, which would crush most creatures, has shaped the snow leopard into a predator perfectly adapted to survive in these extreme conditions. Its thick fur coat provides warmth, while its long tail serves multiple purposes. It helps with balance as the snow leopard navigates the steep, precarious terrain, and it wraps around the body to provide insulation during the cold nights. The snow leopard's paws are large and covered in fur, designed to distribute its weight across the snow and prevent it from sinking into the deep powder. These adaptations allow the snow leopard to traverse this rugged landscape with ease, moving from crag to crag, over cliffs and through valleys in search of prey. But it is not just its physical adaptations that make the snow leopard a master of this cold, unforgiving world. It is also its mindset. The snow leopard is a patient hunter, biding its time and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Unlike the Bengal tiger, which relies on speed and power, the snow leopard must be more calculated. It is a predator of endurance, stalking its prey with a silent and unnerving persistence. The mountain goat, the blue sheep, the wild yak, these are the creatures that the snow leopard hunts. They are agile and wary, but they too must rely on the same rugged terrain that the snow leopard calls home. The hunt is a delicate balance between patience and power. The snow leopard will stalk its prey for hours, sometimes even days, waiting for the right moment when the victim lowers its guard. It uses the terrain to its advantage, hiding behind rocks and boulders, moving with incredible stealth until it is within striking distance. Then, in a burst of speed and power, the snow leopard leaps forward, its muscular legs propelling it toward its target. The attack is swift, precise, and often fatal. The snow leopard's powerful jaws and sharp claws make quick work of the kill, but hunting in the high Himalayas is no simple task. The prey here is not abundant, and finding food is a constant challenge. The snow leopard must cover vast distances in search of a meal, sometimes traveling over 30 kilometers in a single day. The challenges are compounded by the environment itself, the steep slopes and rocky outcrops that offer limited cover, the extreme temperatures that can drop to -40 degrees Celsius, and the scarcity of prey. The snow leopard's energy reserves are often stretched thin, and there are periods when food is scarce, forcing the predator to venture into lower altitudes, crossing valleys and hills to find the sustenance it needs to survive. In these challenging conditions, survival is not just a matter of physical strength, but also of mental resilience. The snow leopard must adapt to the rhythm of the mountains, understanding that food will not always be easy to find, and that each hunt could be its last. Yet, it is precisely this challenge that defines the snow leopard's existence. Every day is a battle for survival. Every moment filled with the quiet intensity of a creature that must remain vigilant in a world where the difference between life and death can be a single misstep. For the snow leopard, survival is a solitary pursuit. These cats are not social animals. They do not rely on a pack or a pride. They live alone, only coming together during the mating season. Their territory can stretch over 800 square kilometers, and it is fiercely defended. They leave markings to signal their presence, using scent and scratch marks on trees and rocks to warn others of their boundaries. The vastness of their territories reflects the scarcity of food in this high-altitude environment. The snow leopard's territory is its world, a vast expanse where it is both predator and prey, moving silently through a land where few can survive. As the seasons change, so too does the snow leopard's life. In the winter, the snow piles up and the cold deepens. The prey animals that roam these mountains in the warmer months are now harder to find, and the snow leopard must adapt to these conditions. The snow leopard's thick, luxurious coat grows even denser in the winter months, offering additional protection against the biting cold. But it is not just its physical appearance that changes with the seasons. It is its approach to survival as well. The snow leopard's hunt becomes more methodical, more precise. It is forced to use every tool at its disposal, from its keen eyesight to its powerful legs, to survive in the harsh environment of the high Himalayas. Despite these challenges, the snow leopard remains an enigmatic symbol of the mountains. Its elusive nature and solitary existence have made it the subject of myth and legend, but they also underscore its resilience. The snow leopard is a master of its domain, a ghost in the snow, a predator that has learned to live in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Its survival in the face of such adversity is a testament to the delicate balance of nature, a reminder that the wild, in all its beauty and danger, is a force that demands respect and reverence. And as the sun sets over the jagged peaks of the Himalayas, casting long shadows across the frozen landscape, the snow leopard moves silently through the twilight, a spectral figure against the backdrop of the vast, uncaring wilderness. It is a creature of mystery, of power, and of elegance, a living embodiment of the high mountains themselves, a place where survival is as much a matter of spirit as it is of strength. In the shadow of the towering peaks that pierce the sky, where the wind howls through the jagged ridgelines and the snow seems to stretch endlessly into the horizon, a silent force moves through the land. It is a force born of both strength and unity, a group bound together not by blood, but by the primal need to survive. The wolves of the Himalayas, draped in thick coats of fur that blend into the wintry landscape, are among the most resilient predators of this vast, rugged wilderness. In these extreme conditions, the wolf's survival is not an individual endeavor, it is a collective one. The harshness of the high-altitude environment, where temperatures drop to bone-chilling lows and food is scarce, has forged the wolf into a symbol of cooperation and endurance. Its life is a delicate balance of struggle, perseverance, and trust. The wolves of the Himalayas are not solitary hunters, but rather masters of the pack, a family of predators united by a singular purpose: survival. The terrain they roam is unforgiving. The steep slopes of the Himalayas, covered in a thick blanket of snow for much of the year, make every step a challenge. The wind whips across the mountainsides, carrying with it the scent of distant prey, while the rocky cliffs and dense forests offer both shelter and danger. Here, in this world where every element seems poised against them, the wolves have carved out their existence through sheer will and the power of unity. At the heart of the wolf's life is the pack. Unlike other predators that hunt alone, wolves rely on the strength of their numbers to capture prey, defend their territory, and ensure the survival of the next generation. The structure of a wolf pack is not random. It is a carefully organized hierarchy where every member has a role to play. The alpha pair, usually the strongest and most experienced wolves, lead the group, directing the hunt and making crucial decisions. Beneath them, the beta wolves provide support, acting as second in command and stepping in when necessary. The rest of the pack follows, each wolf contributing its strength and skills to the collective effort. The pack is more than just a group of wolves. It is a family. The bonds between pack members run deep, forged through shared experiences and a mutual understanding of the challenges they face. Each member knows its place in the pack, and each contributes to the well-being of the group. The elders teach the young, passing on the knowledge of the land, the art of hunting, and the unspoken rules of the pack. The pups, in turn, grow up, under the protection of the adults, learning the ways of the wild and the importance of loyalty and trust within their group. Survival in the Himalayas requires more than just physical strength. It demands strategy, teamwork, and intelligence. Wolves of the Himalayas are not brute force hunters. They are strategic and calculated. The hunt is a finely tuned dance of cooperation, a series of movements where each wolf plays a role in bringing down prey. Their targets are often large, elusive and formidable. Wild yaks, Himalayan ibex, and even the smaller deer that roam the lower slopes. The wolves do not rely on speed alone, but on their ability to work as a team to corner and exhaust their prey. A typical hunt begins with the scouts. Wolves are born with an innate sense of direction and an uncanny ability to track. The scouts will often head out ahead of the pack, their sharp eyes scanning the terrain for signs of movement, their noses sniffing the air for the scent of their quarry. Once a target is located, the wolves begin to plan their attack. The pack spreads out, forming a loose circle around the prey, each wolf taking its place according to the plan. The hunt is a silent affair. The wolves move with the grace of shadows, their padded feet leaving no trace on the snow as they close in on their target. They rely on the cover of the terrain, using the natural contours of the landscape to conceal their movements. As they approach, the pack falls into a rhythm, each wolf knowing its role. Some wolves take the lead, chasing the prey toward the rest of the pack, while others remain hidden, waiting for the moment to strike. Once the prey is surrounded, the real work begins. The wolves press in, using their speed and agility to wear down the animal. They do not rush the kill. Instead, they methodically tire the prey out, driving it into exhaustion. The wolves use their teeth to grasp and hold, taking turns in their pursuit until the prey is subdued. The teamwork, precision, and coordination required to bring down such large and powerful animals are what set wolves apart from solitary predators, like tigers or leopards. It is not just the strength of the individual, but the strength of the group that ensures success. Yet the wolf's existence is not without its challenges. The harsh landscape, combined with the scarcity of prey, means that the pack must often travel great distances in search of food. There are times when the hunt fails, when the pack must return empty-handed, their bodies weakened by hunger. During these lean times, the bond within the pack is tested. The alphas lead the way, keeping the group together and ensuring that no wolf is left behind. The pack's survival depends on their unity, on the understanding that they are stronger together than apart. The wolves of the Himalayas are also constantly at odds with other predators, most notably the snow leopards and the Bengal tigers, that share the same domain. The Himalayas are home to a wide range of carnivores, each vying for territory and resources. While the wolves are known to dominate large herds and prey on animals that are too formidable for the snow leopard or the tiger, they too must defend their territory from these solitary predators. The balance between these predators is delicate, as each species knows that survival is not guaranteed. The wolves do not only face challenges from other carnivores, they also contend with the ever-changing landscape of the Himalayas itself. The seasons shift, and with them, the challenges of the environment. The thick blanket of snow that covers the high-altitude terrain during the winter months can make hunting even more difficult. The wolves must adapt, finding new strategies to hunt, new routes to travel, and new ways to communicate with each other through the howls that echo across the frozen wilderness. These howls are not just a form of communication. They are a reminder that the pack is alive, together, and ready to face whatever challenges come next. As the seasons change and the snow begins to melt, the wolves of the Himalayas continue their journey across the vast, unforgiving terrain. The pups grow, the pack evolves, and the cycle of life continues. Each day is an opportunity to prove the strength of the pack, to demonstrate the value of loyalty, cooperation, and trust in the face of adversity. The wolves of the Himalayas are not just survivors. They are the very embodiment of the wild, untamed spirit of the mountains. With every howl that resonates through the valleys, and every step that leaves its mark in the snow, the wolves reaffirm their place as the masters of the pack. They are not just predators. They are symbols of resilience, unity, and the power of community. The wolves of the Himalayas have learned to live and thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, a testament to the strength that lies in togetherness. In the vast expanse of the Himalayan skies, where the air is thin and the mountains rise like sentinels against the horizon, one predator reigns supreme. With eyes that pierce through the distance and wings that can span the length of a man's outstretched arms, the eagle, majestic and untouchable, soars above the rugged landscape, a living embodiment of the wild power that courses through these ancient peaks. Among these formidable birds, the golden eagle stands as the sovereign of the highlands, its presence a symbol of dominance and grace. The eagle's life is defined by an aerial mastery that few can rival. Their wings slice through the thin mountain air with effortless precision, and their sharp talons, capable of crushing bone, mark them as true apex predators in the Himalayan ecosystem. For centuries, the golden eagle has been both revered and feared, seen as a creature of strength, vision, and mystery. From the highest cliffs to the dense forests below, these raptors command respect. Their flight weaving through the winds of the Himalayas with an unmatched elegance and authority. To witness their flight is to feel the vastness of the mountains in every beat of their wings, to understand that they are not just creatures of the land, they are kings of the sky. As they glide on thermal currents that rise from the sun-warmed slopes, the golden eagles have a vantage point unlike any other. With eyes that are capable of spotting prey from over 2 miles away, their vision is nothing short of extraordinary. The eagle's sight is so acute that it can distinguish between the smallest movement in the landscape, whether it is the flutter of a bird or the subtle shift of a deer's position, hidden within the vast expanse of the mountain valley. For the golden eagle, the hunt is an art, a combination of patience, strategy, and unmatched precision. Unlike the wolves and the Bengal tigers, which rely on brute strength and group cooperation, the eagle hunts alone, depending solely on its individual prowess and instincts. It must be both patient and calculated, waiting for the right moment to strike. In the high-altitude world of the Himalayas, this often means observing from an elevated perched high on a rocky outcrop or the edge of a mountain cliff, scanning the valleys and meadows below for any signs of movement. The eagle is patient. Its hunting style is slow and deliberate, as it circles high in the sky, searching for the slightest movement that signals potential prey. From this height, even the smallest of animals, such as a mountain goat, a rabbit, or a marmot, stand out against the rocky, snow-dappled terrain. With a keen eye, the eagle can detect the flutter of a bird or the break in the landscape that reveals the presence of larger prey. Once the eagle has located its target, it begins its descent, often diving with a speed that defies the laws of gravity. At the moment of attack, it extends its talons, sharp, powerful claws designed for seizing and tearing into flesh. The eagle's prey doesn't stand a chance. With a force that is at once graceful and brutal, the eagle strikes, its talons gripping the body of its victim with unrelenting strength. It is a swift, decisive attack, leaving little room for escape. The golden eagle's diet is as varied as the landscape it calls home. These birds are opportunistic predators, capable of taking down a wide range of prey, from small mammals like rabbits and marmots to larger ungulates like mountain goats and even young deer. Though they primarily hunt mammals, eagles are also known to take birds, particularly when they are young or vulnerable. They are not above scavenging either, and will often return to feed on carcasses left by other predators. However, they are not scavengers by nature. They are skilled hunters, using their ability to see far distances to detect the movements of prey and decide whether to give chase or wait for another opportunity. What makes the golden eagle's hunting strategy so remarkable is not just its skill, but its adaptability. The landscape of the Himalayas is ever-changing. The snow-covered slopes of winter give way to the lush greenery of spring and summer, and the high-altitude plains shift with the seasons. The eagle must learn to adapt to these variations in terrain and climate, adjusting its hunting methods accordingly. In the summer, when the mountains are alive with life, the eagle hunts with greater frequency, taking advantage of the abundance of prey that emerges from the thawing ground. In the winter, when the land is blanketed in snow and food is scarcer, the eagle becomes more opportunistic, using its knowledge of the land to scavenge from other predators or waiting for the smallest openings to catch its next meal. The eagle's role in the ecosystem extends far beyond its role as a predator. It is an essential part of the food chain in the Himalayan wilderness, playing a critical role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. By hunting the sick and the weak, the eagle helps to ensure that only the healthiest animals survive to reproduce. This natural selection process benefits the entire ecosystem, promoting the strength and resilience of the species that inhabit these high, wild places. In this way, the eagle is not just a predator. It is a keeper of the balance, ensuring the survival of the fittest and the health of the land. But like all predators, the golden eagle faces its own challenges. Though it is an apex predator, it is not immune to the dangers of its environment. The high-altitude life that the eagle leads is not without its risks. In the harsh winters of the Himalayas, food can be scarce, and the cold can be brutal, even for a bird as well adapted as the eagle. In these times, survival becomes a matter of endurance, patience, and resourcefulness. The eagle's hunting grounds often overlap with those of other predators, and conflicts over territory and food are not uncommon. The eagle must protect its domain, fiercely defending the mountain ridges and valleys that it calls home. The relationship between the eagle and other predators is one of both competition and mutual respect. While the golden eagle does not share its meals with others, it recognizes the roles played by the other creatures of the mountains. The snow leopards, the wolves, and the tigers all hold their territories, and each predator plays a part in the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Where one predator leaves off, another takes up the mantle, and the mountain thrives on this intricate web of life. The golden eagle, as a predator, represents the untamed power of the Himalayas. It is a symbol of the rugged beauty and harsh realities of this high-altitude realm. Its life, lived so high above the world, is a reminder of the fragile balance that sustains life in the mountains. The eagle may soar above the peaks, untouchable and free, but its very existence is tied to the land below. It is a creature of the sky, but also one of the earth, a predator whose strength and beauty embody the untamed spirit of the Himalayas. In the cold, clear air of the Himalayas, the eagle flies, its wings catching the wind, its gaze sharp and unwavering. It is the sovereign of the sky, watching over the land below with a quiet authority, a king of the mountains who understands the delicate balance of survival. Its journey is one of constant movement, always seeking, always watching, and always hunting. For the golden eagle, the Himalayas are both home and hunting ground, a place where the sky and the earth meet, and where only the most powerful creatures survive. The eagle's flight is a testament to its mastery of the wild, its power in the face of adversity, and its vital role in the preservation of the Himalayan ecosystem. To witness this creature in motion, to watch it glide effortlessly through the sky, is to witness the very essence of freedom, strength, and survival in one of the most awe-inspiring places on Earth. In the dense jungles and fog-draped foothills of the Himalayas, where shadows linger and the air is thick with the scent of earth and foliage, there exists a predator whose presence is felt more than seen. The Bengal tiger, silent and swift, moves through the underbrush like a ghost, its powerful form gliding with a precision born of years of evolution and instinct. This is a hunter like no other, its strength, patience, and cunning all coming together in an intricate dance of survival, a masterclass in the art of ambush. The tiger's domain is one of extremes, a land where life and death are separated by the briefest of moments. Here, survival depends not only on the predator's physical might, but also on its ability to remain unseen, to wait, to pounce at the perfect moment. The Bengal tiger, with its striking orange coat and black stripes, is a creature designed for stealth. In this dense wilderness, its camouflage is nearly perfect. The jungle, alive with rustling leaves and the distant calls of birds, becomes the perfect stage for a hunter whose most powerful weapon is its patience. A Bengal tiger's hunting. Technique is not one of brute force, but of careful calculation. The first lesson in this art is to understand that the hunt is not always a race. It is a game of timing. Tigers are not the fastest runners. They cannot sustain a sprint for long distances. What they excel at is striking with precision, choosing the moment when their prey is most vulnerable, when all the variables align in their favor. And to do this, they must first become part of the landscape, blending in with their surroundings so seamlessly that the prey does not even know they are there until it is too late. It begins with the tiger's ability to move silently through the dense undergrowth. With every step, it places its feet with the utmost care, aware that any misstep could send a cascade of leaves and twigs crashing to the ground, alerting its quarry. The tiger knows the sounds of the forest, the rhythm of the wind, the way the leaves move in the breeze. It has learned to become part of this symphony of sound, blending with it, allowing the forest to cover its movements. As the tiger stalks its prey, it relies on its keen senses to guide it. Its eyes, capable of piercing the gloom of the jungle, allow it to track its target with incredible precision. The tiger's nose, sharp and unyielding, picks up the faintest scent of animal tracks, of the lingering musk of a deer or wild boar. The tiger knows when to follow and when to pause. Its sense is honed by the brutal reality of survival. Every detail matters, the smallest movement, the faintest trace of scent. The Bengal tiger is a solitary hunter, unlike wolves or lions, which hunt in packs. Its strategy is one of stealth, of patience, and of precision. A lone tiger does not have the luxury of working with others to bring down its prey. Instead, it must rely on its own strength and wits. And the tiger's greatest strength lies in its ability to wait. It may track its prey for hours, even days, before making its move. This is the essence of its hunting style, timing, not speed. The tiger knows that it must remain hidden, that the moment to strike will come, but only if it can wait for the perfect opening. As the tiger gets closer, it slows its movements even further, its body becoming almost imperceptibly tense. Every muscle is ready, coiled like a spring, waiting to release. It is a predator that does not rush. The tiger knows that any sudden movement could ruin its chances. The prey is close now, unaware of the danger that lurks just a few feet away. The tiger's eyes narrow, its focus sharpening. This is the moment it has been waiting for. The final strike is always a blur of motion, fast, calculated, and devastating. In an instant, the tiger leaps from its position of concealment, its powerful limbs propelling it forward with explosive speed. The prey barely has time to react as the tiger's massive paws slam into the ground, sending vibrations through the earth. The tiger's claws extend, latching onto its prey with lethal force. Its jaws close around the neck of the animal, crushing the windpipe and severing the blood flow. In the blink of an eye, the hunt is over. For the Bengal tiger, this deadly dance of patience and precision is not only about securing food, it is about survival. In the dense, competitive jungles of Nepal, food is never guaranteed. The prey that the tiger hunts is not always abundant, and in these forests, a tiger must constantly adapt to the shifting availability of food. The reality of this struggle is unrelenting. There are periods when food is scarce, when the tiger's skills are pushed to their limits. One of the greatest challenges the Bengal tiger faces is the competition for food. The jungle is teeming with other predators, all of whom are vying for the same resources. Leopards, wild dogs, and even other tigers, though rare, will compete for territory and prey. And when prey becomes scarce, the tiger's hunger grows, forcing it to venture further, sometimes crossing into territories already claimed by other predators. This is a dangerous time when the tiger's every move must be calculated to avoid conflict and secure the sustenance it needs to survive. Yet, despite these challenges, the Bengal tiger continues to thrive in its environment. Its resilience is unmatched, and its ability to adapt to changing conditions is a testament to its strength as a predator. When the prey is abundant, the tiger's power is on full display. Its graceful movements, its muscular form, and its unmatched hunting skills. But even in times of scarcity, the tiger's instincts are sharp, its resolve unwavering. The struggle for survival is never easy, but it is one that the tiger faces with quiet determination. The Bengal tiger's hunting tactics are a reflection of its nature. A creature that values precision over speed, patience over force. In the harsh and unforgiving environment of the Himalayas, the tiger's ability to blend into the landscape, to wait for the perfect moment, and to strike with lethal efficiency is the key to its survival. It is a predator that relies not only on its strength but on its intelligence, on its ability to outwit and outlast its prey. The tiger's hunting tactics are a reminder of the delicate balance that exists in the natural world, where each predator must play its part in maintaining the ecosystem's equilibrium. The Bengal tiger, with its patience, stealth, and power, is a living symbol of the wild's majesty and brutality. It is a predator that embodies the raw essence of survival, a creature that has learned to adapt, to wait, and to strike with precision in order to continue its existence in the unforgiving wilderness of the Himalayas. In the end, the tiger's hunt is not just about feeding, it is about survival, about the will to live in an environment where every day is a battle. But even in this struggle, the Bengal tiger remains one of nature's greatest masterpieces, a creature of beauty and strength, a predator that has perfected the art of ambush. High in the jagged, snow-dusted peaks of the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the ground is ever-changing, one of the most elusive predators prowls the rugged terrain, its form a whisper against the vast, untamed wilderness. The snow leopard, a creature of unmatched beauty and deadly precision, drifts like a shadow through the steep slopes and rocky cliffs, its presence as much felt as seen. Silent, solitary, and masterful in its hunting, this ghost of the mountains is perfectly designed for life in the harshest of conditions. To understand the snow leopard is to understand the essence of stealth and survival. The creature's coat, a blend of smoky gray, white, and the pale hues of the mountains, acts as an impeccable camouflage. Against the backdrop of snow-covered ridges and rock-strewn cliffs, the snow leopard vanishes almost completely. Its spots, faint against the frosty landscape, provide it with an unparalleled advantage as it stalks its prey. The snow leopard does not need to chase. It moves with a quiet assurance, confident in its ability to close the distance between itself and its quarry undetected. Unlike the Bengal tiger, whose domain is defined by dense jungles and humid landscapes, the snow leopard's world is carved from the heights of the Himalayas. The altitude here is harsh, and the climate is unforgiving. Temperatures plummet during the winter months, and blizzards frequently sweep across the terrain, burying everything beneath thick layers of snow. At such heights, the landscape is a maze of jagged cliffs and sharp ridgelines, where the sun's warmth barely reaches the land. But for the snow leopard, these conditions are as familiar as the back of its paw. Life in this remote and demanding environment is a constant struggle. The snow leopard has few resources, and food is never guaranteed. The prey it hunts, primarily, mountain goats, ibex, and the occasional marmot, is not easy to come by. The high-altitude terrain where these animals reside is dangerous in its own right. The rocky cliffs, where the mountain goats graze and leap with unmatched agility, provide an ideal environment for the snow leopard. But they also make hunting an intricate game of skill, patience, and timing. The leopard must outsmart its prey, using the terrain to its advantage, waiting for the precise moment when its quarry is most vulnerable. The snow leopard's hunting tactics are as unique as its solitary existence. It begins by surveying its surroundings from a vantage point. High above the valley floor, perched on a rocky outcrop, it watches with unwavering focus. Its eyes scan the landscape, identifying potential prey and analyzing the movements of the herd. But unlike other predators that rush to close the distance, the snow leopard is in no hurry. It will wait, sometimes for hours, watching, studying, learning. Patience is one of its greatest weapons, and it uses it wisely. Once the leopard identifies its target, it begins to close in, moving with an eerie silence. Every step is calculated, every movement precise. It uses the terrain to remain concealed, slipping from rock to rock, sometimes crouching low to the ground to stay hidden behind boulders or scrub. The snow leopard is a patient stalker, its movements deliberate, each one bringing it closer to its target. The prey the snow leopard pursues is not naive. Mountain goats, ibex, and sheep are agile, sharp-eyed creatures, accustomed to the dangers of the high altitudes. They can spot a predator from miles away, and when they do, they are quick to flee. But the snow leopard knows this too. It understands that the hunt is not about speed or aggression. It is about positioning, timing, and precision. The snow leopard will follow its prey, sometimes for hours, waiting for an opportunity when the prey's attention is distracted, when it is on uneven footing, or when it becomes separated from the group. In these moments, when the mountain goat stands still, grazing or unaware of the imminent danger, the snow leopard strikes. The attack itself is swift and calculated. One moment, the snow leopard is hidden in the rocks. The next, it explodes from its hiding spot, closing the distance between itself and its prey with astonishing speed and strength. With a leap that seems to defy the laws of gravity, the snow leopard will pounce, its claws sinking into the flesh of the mountain goat, and its jaws clamping onto the animal's neck. The kill is quick, a powerful strike that leaves no room for escape. Yet even in these moments of triumph, the snow leopard's life is never without struggle. The cold, unrelenting conditions of the Himalayas are a constant challenge. The snow leopard has evolved to thrive in these harsh environments, its thick fur coat providing insulation against the freezing temperatures. It has large paws that act like natural snowshoes, allowing it to move silently across deep snow, leaving behind no trace of its presence. But survival here is never guaranteed, and the snow leopard must always be on guard. The scarcity of food in the high-altitude environment means that the snow leopard must carefully choose when to hunt and when to conserve its energy. Unlike other predators that can afford to hunt frequently, the snow leopard must wait for the right moment, when its prey is vulnerable and the conditions are right. Sometimes, this means going for days without food, conserving its strength until the next opportunity arises. The snow leopard's solitary nature adds another layer of challenge to its survival. Unlike the wolves or lions that rely on the strength of the pack, the snow leopard must face the mountains alone. Its territory can span hundreds of kilometers, and it defends it fiercely, marking it with scent and tracks that leave no doubt as to who reigns over the jagged peaks. The snow leopard does not seek companionship. It is a master of its own domain, navigating the harsh terrain with quiet grace and independence. Yet in this solitude, the snow leopard is a symbol of resilience. It is a creature that has adapted to life at the highest reaches of the world, where the air is thin, the cold bites at the skin, and the landscape offers no mercy. It is a survivor, a creature that has learned to use its environment to its advantage, to blend into the shadows, and to strike with precision when the time is right. In the vastness of the Himalayas, the snow leopard's life is a quiet one, marked by moments of intense struggle and fleeting success. It is a hunter of the highest order, but its life is defined not only by its skill but by its ability to endure the relentless challenges of the high-altitude wilderness. To witness the snow leopard in its element, slipping silently through the rocks, stalking its prey, and striking with lethal precision, is to witness the essence of survival in one of the most unforgiving places on Earth. And yet, for all its strength and grace, the snow leopard remains one of the most elusive creatures in the world, a phantom of the mountains, rarely seen, but always present. Its legacy is written in the footprints it leaves behind in the snow, and the whispered tales of its hunting prowess passed from one generation to the next. The snow leopard is not just a predator. It is a living testament to the art of survival, a creature that has conquered the extremes of nature, thriving in the shadows of the Himalayas. In the snow-covered valleys and rugged plateaus of the Himalayas, where the cold bites deep into the bones and the wind howls relentlessly, a different kind of strength is found, one born of unity, communication, and coordination. The wolves, of the Himalayas are not solitary hunters like the snow leopard or the Bengal tiger. Instead, they thrive in the shadows of the great mountains through the strength of the pack. The wolf, as a member of this tightly knit group, is a master of teamwork, a creature whose very survival depends on the power of its companions. The pack, in the world of the wolf, is everything. It is the center of life, the heartbeat of the species, and the key to the success of every hunt, every battle, and every struggle for survival. In these harsh highlands, where food is scarce and danger lurks at every turn, the strength of the pack is what sustains them. It is through this collective force that the wolves are able to conquer the immense challenges of the Himalayas. At the heart of the wolf pack lies a simple yet profound truth. Survival is a shared effort. The pack is not a group of individuals pursuing their own goals. Instead, it is a singular entity, its members bound together by a code of cooperation and mutual reliance. Each member plays a critical role, from the oldest, most experienced wolves, who lead the group, to the youngest, whose energy and enthusiasm keep the pack moving forward. In the face of adversity, the pack becomes a well-oiled machine, with each wolf knowing its place, its responsibility, and its role in the larger purpose of the group. The importance of pack structure cannot be overstated. Wolves are social creatures by nature, and they have evolved to live and hunt in groups. The hierarchy within the pack is clear, with an alpha wolf, usually the strongest and most dominant, leading the group. This alpha wolf is not just a leader in terms of strength, it also embodies the wisdom and experience necessary for navigating the perilous world of the Himalayas. Beneath the alpha is the beta, the second in command, followed by lower-ranking members of the pack. This structured order ensures that the pack operates smoothly, with each wolf contributing to the success of the group. Within the pack, the communication is fluid, subtle, and constant. Wolves rely heavily on body language, vocalizations, and scent marking to convey messages to one another. The slightest flicker of an ear, the tilt of a head, or the positioning of the body can signal everything from a change in direction to an imminent threat. This silent communication allows the wolves to work as one, even in the most challenging and dangerous environments. Each wolf understands its role in the pack, and through this understanding, they achieve a level of coordination that few other predators can match. When it comes to hunting, the pack's unity is nothing short of extraordinary. Unlike the solitary snow leopard or the stealthy tiger, wolves hunt as a group, each member playing a vital part in the pursuit of prey. The pack's hunting strategy is a brilliant display of teamwork, with each wolf contributing its own strength, stamina, and cunning to the hunt. In the rugged, high-altitude terrain of the Himalayas, where steep slopes and deep snow make travel difficult, the pack works together to corner and exhaust their prey. Wolves hunt primarily by chasing, using their incredible endurance to wear down their quarry over long distances. They are relentless in their pursuit, working in tandem to drive their prey into positions where it can be overwhelmed. While one wolf may chase the prey into the open, others will maneuver around, positioning themselves for a coordinated attack. The strength of the pack lies in its ability to outlast the prey, forcing it into submission through sheer persistence. The wolves' prey varies depending on the time of year and the availability of food. But in the mountains of the Himalayas, the primary targets are often the wild sheep, goats, and deer that roam the rocky ridges. The rugged terrain and high-altitude environment provide natural barriers to the prey, and the wolves use this to their advantage. When they find themselves on the trail of a herd of Himalayan tahr or an agile mountain goat, they work quickly to cut off escape routes, driving the prey toward the center of their hunting grounds. But the wolf pack does not only rely on speed and stamina. It also uses intelligence. The wolves' ability to assess the terrain and predict the movement of their prey gives them an edge over other predators. They often take advantage of natural obstacles such as cliffs, ravines, and dense forests to trap their prey. Wolves will surround a lone animal, slowly tightening the circle until there is nowhere left to run. It is in these moments of isolation, when the prey is separated from its herd and left vulnerable, that the wolf pack strikes. However, this hunt does not come without its risks. The life of a wolf in the Himalayas is filled with dangers that extend beyond the struggle for food. Wolves must contend with the brutal elements of the high-altitude landscape. The cold is unrelenting, especially in the winter months when snow blankets the region, and the pack must endure freezing temperatures that test their resilience. During these times, food is even scarcer, and the wolves must travel long distances, often through treacherous terrain, in search of sustenance. Maintaining their territory is another critical challenge for the wolf pack. The Himalayas are home to a variety of other predators, each vying for dominance in the region. Snow leopards, Bengal tigers, and other wolves all compete for the same resources, and the battle for territory is constant. The wolf pack must mark its territory with scent and vocalizations, sending a clear message to other predators. This is their domain.
Any intrusion is met with fierce resistance. The wolves will defend their territory with all the force at their disposal, often engaging in fierce battles with rival packs or solitary predators that wander too close. In addition to defending their
territory, the wolf pack must also contend with the reality of prey scarcity. The high-altitude environment does not provide an abundance of food, and wolves are forced to adapt. They must be opportunistic, taking advantage of any chance encounter with prey, even if it means traveling great distances or venturing into dangerous territory. The struggle for food is a daily challenge, and each successful hunt is a testament to the pack's unity and perseverance. Despite these hardships, the wolf pack remains resilient. Its strength lies not just in the individual prowess of each wolf, but in its ability to work together as a unit. The wolves rely on one another for protection, for food, and for survival. They hunt together, defend together, and endure together. Their survival is a collective effort, one that is built on trust, cooperation, and a shared purpose. In the harsh, unforgiving world of the Himalayas, the wolf pack represents the essence of survival through unity. As they traverse the snow-covered ridges and hunt in the rugged valleys, the wolves are a reminder that the key to survival is not individual strength, but the power of working together. In the end, it is the pack that makes the difference, the strength of the collective that carries them through the harshest challenges, ensuring that they thrive in one of the most demanding environments on Earth. The sun rises slowly over the jagged peaks of the Himalayas, casting a golden light that spills over the snow-dusted slopes and glistening rivers below. It is a scene of awe-inspiring beauty, but beneath the surface, the rhythm of life is far from peaceful. Here, in the high-altitude wilderness, every living creature is caught in an unyielding cycle, a cycle that spins through the seasons, from birth to death, survival to struggle. It is a delicate balance of life and death, predator and prey, a constant push and pull that sustains the ecosystem of the Himalayas. In this harsh world, nothing is ever truly still. Every animal, from the smallest rodent to the greatest apex predator, is part of an intricate web of life that defines the fate of the landscape. This web is not one of harmony, but of necessary tension, where every living being plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of nature. It is often said that the Himalayas are a land of extremes, a place where survival is a battle fought daily. The predators that roam these mountains, the Bengal tigers, snow leopards, wolves, and eagles, embody this struggle. Their existence is a constant challenge, defined by the need to find food, protect their territory, and ensure the survival of their young. For them, survival is not guaranteed. It is a hard-won prize that requires every ounce of strength, cunning, and patience. At the same time, the prey of the Himalayas, mountain goats, Himalayan tahr, and deer, are not passive victims in this cycle. They too must adapt, evolve, and fight for their place in the world. From the moment they are born, they are thrust into a world where every misstep could mean the difference between life and death. But it is not only the predators that determine the fate of the prey. The environment itself, with its harsh climates and shifting seasons, plays a critical role in shaping the life cycle of all creatures. The life of a young animal in the Himalayas begins in the spring, when the snows begin to melt and the rivers swell with the melting ice. The days grow longer, and the harshness of winter slowly recedes. It is in these moments of renewal that life bursts forth. Young goats, lambs, and fawns emerge into a world that is as beautiful as it is unforgiving. For the first few months of their lives, they are sheltered in the relative safety of their mothers, protected from the predators that roam the land. However, safety is an illusion in the wild. From the moment these young creatures are born, they are marked by nature's design to become part of the cycle of life. The very same instincts that drive the predators to hunt are the same ones that urge the prey to run, to hide, to survive. The young ones must learn quickly, for their mothers cannot protect them forever. The snow leopards, wolves, and tigers that roam the valleys and ridges know that these newborn creatures are vulnerable, and their instincts drive them to take advantage of this weakness. For the predators, the cycle of life is defined by their ability to hunt. The Bengal tiger, with its majestic coat and silent stride, stalks the dense jungles of the Himalayan foothills, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It is a hunter born of stealth and patience, able to track its prey for days, waiting for a moment of opportunity. The tiger's skills are honed by the demands of the land. The dense forests, the tangled underbrush, and the steep hills are obstacles for both predator and prey, but they are navigated with an innate understanding of the environment. The tiger's stealth is its greatest weapon, and when the moment arrives, it strikes with the ferocity of a force of nature. The snow leopard, on the other hand, moves through the high-altitude plateaus and cliffs of the Himalayas like a ghost. Its pale coat blends seamlessly with the rocky terrain, allowing it to stalk its prey without being seen. The snow leopard's hunting style is not about strength, but about precision and timing. It hunts alone, relying on its ability to move, undetected through the shadows. It is a solitary predator, and its hunting success is tied directly to its ability to remain unseen, to blend into the landscape, and to strike only when the prey is completely unaware. Meanwhile, the wolf pack works as a team, relying on communication, endurance, and strategy to bring down their prey. They are not swift hunters like the tiger, but they are relentless in their pursuit. The wolves chase their prey over long distances, often working together to herd the animals into a trap. Their social structure and teamwork allow them to survive in a world where resources are limited. Unlike the tiger or the snow leopard, the wolves do not hunt for themselves alone. They hunt to feed the pack, and the survival of the pack is tied to the survival of each individual wolf. The eagle, soaring high above the Himalayan ridges, surveys the land from a vantage point unlike any other predator. Its keen eyes scan the ground below, watching for any movement, any sign of weakness. The eagle is the sovereign of the sky, its powerful wings cutting through the thin mountain air as it surveys the land for potential prey. It hunts from above, using its extraordinary vision to spot prey from miles away. Once it identifies a target, the eagle dives from its lofty perch with a speed and precision that is unrivaled. In a single stunning plunge, it can snatch up its prey, often an unsuspecting rabbit or a mountain bird, with deadly accuracy. But the prey of the Himalayas does not go down easily. The mountain goats and tahr are strong, agile animals, able to navigate the rocky cliffs with ease. Their hooves are perfectly adapted to the terrain, allowing them to scale sheer cliffs and leap across gaps that would send other animals tumbling to their deaths. For them, survival is a matter of constant vigilance. They know that the predators of the mountains are always watching, waiting for the moment to strike. But they too have evolved to survive. They are swift, intelligent, and resilient, able to outmaneuver many of the predators that pursue them. Yet, despite the agility and intelligence of these prey animals, death is never far behind. The harshness of the environment, the scarcity of food, and the ever-present threat of predators create a world where life is fragile and death is inevitable. The young, when they are born, are often unaware of the dangers that await them. But as they grow older, they learn the hard truth of their existence, that survival is a constant struggle. In the end, the cycle of life and death in the Himalayas is not one of despair, but one of necessity. It is a cycle that sustains the delicate balance of the ecosystem, ensuring that life continues to thrive amidst the challenges of the harsh, unforgiving landscape. The predators, with their instincts honed by centuries of evolution, continue to hunt and survive. The prey, driven by the need to stay alive, continue to adapt and evade. The ecosystem, with all its challenges and dangers, remains in a delicate equilibrium, one that is constantly shifting, constantly evolving. In this world, survival is not a guarantee, but a gift that must be earned. The animals of the Himalayas, whether predator or prey, are locked in an eternal struggle, each one playing its part in the grand cycle of life. And as the sun sets over the mountains, casting long shadows across the land, the cycle continues, ever turning, ever evolving, forever, a part of the unbroken rhythm of the Himalayas. The mountains stand as silent sentinels against the sky, their peaks piercing through the clouds, crowned in snow. The wind howls like a living thing, biting and cruel, stripping away any trace of warmth from the landscape. Below, the valleys are hidden beneath blankets of snow, while the once familiar forest is reduced to a ghostly collection of trees stripped bare by winter's bite. The world has changed, become a harsh, inhospitable place, where only the strongest, the most resilient, can survive. In the Himalayas, winter is not just a season. It is an unforgiving force of nature, one that defines the very essence of survival. For the predators of the Himalayas, the Bengal tigers, snow leopards, wolves, and eagles, the arrival of winter is both a challenge and a test of their very existence. The extreme cold, the relentless winds, the deep snows, and the thinning air all combine to create a landscape that is both beautiful and brutal. Yet these animals have evolved to live in this harsh environment, each one developing unique adaptations that allow them to not only survive, but to thrive in one of the world's most extreme ecosystems. Winter in the Himalayas is not a gentle, serene season. It is a time of brutal struggle, where every moment is a test of endurance, and every decision is a matter of life or death. For the Bengal tiger, which normally prowls the dense jungles and forests of the lower foothills, winter brings a shift in its behavior. The temperature drops, the undergrowth thickens, and prey becomes more difficult to find. The lush vegetation of the warmer months recedes, leaving behind a landscape of ice and snow, and the tiger must adapt to a world that no longer offers the same advantages it once did. Bengal tigers are solitary hunters, their strategy built around stealth, precision, and the element of surprise. However, the thick snow and freezing temperatures make stalking prey more challenging. The tiger's usual method of ambushing, moving through the dense underbrush unnoticed, becomes impossible when the snow crunches beneath each step, revealing its presence long before it can strike. Yet the Bengal tiger's physical adaptations are perfectly suited to winter's rigors. Its dense, thick fur coat, marked by the distinctive orange and black stripes, provides excellent insulation against the cold, while its large paws help it to move across the snow with surprising grace. The tiger's broad chest and powerful muscles allow it to remain strong and capable, even as the harsh winter months take their toll on its prey. Its keen sense of smell guides it through the snow-covered wilderness, helping it track down animals that are often hidden beneath the thick white blanket of winter's grasp. Unlike the Bengal tiger, which has evolved for stealth in dense forests, the snow leopard has adapted to a world of rocky peaks and barren plateaus. The snow leopard is built for high-altitude life, where the air is thin and the temperatures can plummet to dangerous lows. Its coat is a marvel of adaptation, thick and patterned with rosettes of gray and black that blend seamlessly with the snowy landscape. In winter, the snow leopard's thick fur acts as a shield, trapping warmth close to its body and allowing it to endure even the coldest temperatures. The snow leopard's survival in these harsh conditions is not just a matter of physical adaptation, but of behavior. This predator is a master of stealth, and in winter, it becomes an even more elusive figure, blending into the snowy landscape so completely that it is almost invisible to the human eye. Its hunting methods are perfectly suited to the mountainous terrain where the animals it hunts, primarily mountain goats, ibex, and other high-altitude prey, are often difficult to find and even harder to catch. The snow leopard, however, has the patience and skill required to stalk these animals through the bitter cold, often moving through the snow with such silence that even the sharpest-eyed prey does not realize it is being followed. Winter also brings with it an additional challenge for the snow leopard: food scarcity. In these high-altitude regions, the prey animals are few and far between, and the snow leopard must conserve its energy, carefully pacing itself in order to survive the long months when food is scarce. It may go for days without eating, waiting patiently for the right moment to strike. In many ways, the snow leopard's existence in winter is one of quiet resilience, where every action is calculated and every move must be made with the utmost care. Far below the high-altitude plateaus, the wolves of the Himalayas face their own set of challenges during the winter months. Unlike the solitary snow leopard or tiger, wolves are social animals that rely on the strength of their pack to survive. In the cold, harsh winters of the Himalayas, the wolf pack becomes even more important. The wolves rely on cooperation and teamwork to hunt, often pursuing prey over long distances in search of a meal. They are endurance hunters, capable of running for miles through deep snow and ice in pursuit of their quarry. The winter months, however, pose a serious challenge for the wolf pack. With the snow covering the landscape, the wolves must expend more energy than usual to hunt. The thin, high-altitude air makes it difficult for the pack to keep up their stamina, and the scarcity of prey forces them to work harder and travel farther. Wolves are opportunistic hunters, and during winter, they often target larger prey like the Himalayan tahr or deer, which have moved into lower altitudes in search of food. This can be a risky strategy, as larger prey animals are often more capable of defending themselves and can put up a strong fight. But despite the challenges, the wolf pack is a symbol of unity in the face of adversity. The pack works together with remarkable coordination, using their social structure and communication to trap and bring down prey. In winter, the wolves' survival depends on the strength of their social bonds, their ability to work as a cohesive unit, and their shared commitment to the survival of the pack. In these cold months, the bond between the wolves is tested like never before, and it is through this bond that they are able to persevere in the face of extreme conditions. Above it all, in the crisp, high-altitude air, the eagle soars. The golden eagle, a true master of the sky, is built for endurance. Its sharp eyes can spot a potential meal from miles away, and its wings, capable of spanning over 7 feet, allow it to travel long distances across the snow-covered mountains. In winter, the eagle's hunting method shifts. It can often be seen hunting small prey, such as marmots or rabbits, which are forced to leave their burrows in search of food as the deep snow covers the landscape. The eagle's ability to cover vast areas allows it to find food even in the harshest conditions, and its energy-efficient flying style allows it to conserve precious calories during the colder months. Winter in the Himalayas, though beautiful, in its stark silence, is a time of hardship. For the apex predators of this land, survival depends on their physical adaptations to the cold, their ability to conserve energy, and their mastery of the harsh landscape. Whether stalking silently through snow-covered forests or hunting in the high wind-swept mountains, these animals have been shaped by the extreme conditions they face. The struggle for survival in the Himalayas is not just about strength. It is about resilience, patience, and the ability to adapt. For the Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the wolves, and the eagles, winter is not an obstacle. It is a test, one that they must meet with everything they have. As the days grow shorter and the cold deepens, the predators of the Himalayas remain vigilant, aware that every day survived is another victory against the forces of nature. In the harshest of winters, life continues, and the cycle of survival begins anew. The Himalayas, an expanse of jagged peaks, vast, untouched valleys, and snow-capped ridges, have long been home to the world's most iconic predators. From the regal Bengal tiger stalking the forest floor to the elusive snow leopard gliding over the mountains, the apex predators of this high-altitude wilderness are both symbols of power and vital custodians of their ecosystems. Yet as the world continues to evolve, so too does the quiet battle these animals face for survival. The majestic creatures that once roamed these mountains freely are now fighting a battle against time itself. The very habitat that has sustained them for millennia is now in jeopardy, and with it, the future of these apex predators. The Himalayas, home to these resilient creatures, are becoming increasingly inhospitable. The relentless march of human progress, climate change, habitat destruction, and poaching have all taken their toll. The Bengal tiger, snow leopard, wolves, and golden eagles, all of these creatures are now fighting for survival, struggling against forces that threaten to erase them from existence. It is in this fragile moment, at the crossroads of nature's balance and humanity's interference, that conservation efforts must rise to meet the challenge. For the Bengal tiger, the loss of habitat is perhaps the most immediate threat. Once abundant in the forests and grasslands of the foothills, the tiger now finds its home reduced to isolated pockets of forest, separated by roads, human settlements, and agricultural land. The Bengal tiger's habitat is shrinking, pushing it further into smaller and more fragmented territories. With fewer places to roam, the tiger is forced into closer proximity to humans, where it often comes into conflict with livestock and people. In some areas, tigers are killed to protect property or retaliate for attacks on cattle. Poaching remains a constant threat, driven by the demand for tiger parts on the black market. Despite these dangers, Bengal tiger populations are slowly recovering in certain parts of their range, thanks to a concerted effort by governments, non-governmental organizations, and local communities. Conservation efforts for Bengal tigers focus not just on protecting the animals themselves, but also on preserving their habitat. Protecting vast areas of forest and grassland and creating wildlife corridors that connect isolated populations is crucial for the tiger's survival. These corridors allow tigers to move between habitats, find mates, and maintain genetic diversity. In addition, the establishment of protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, provides a sanctuary where tigers can thrive without the constant threat of human encroachment. Ranger patrols, anti-poaching measures, and education programs that involve local communities in tiger conservation have all played vital roles in ensuring the future of the Bengal tiger in the Himalayas. Yet, even as efforts to save the Bengal tiger continue, the snow leopard faces its own set of challenges. Known as the ghost of the mountains, for its ability to vanish into the rocky crags of the Himalayas, the snow leopard's population is steadily declining. Much of its habitat lies in remote, high-altitude areas, where human settlements are few and far between. However, even in these isolated regions, human activity has had a profound impact. Snow leopards are often targeted by poachers for their fur and bones, prized in traditional medicine and the black market. In addition, the expansion of livestock herding into snow leopard habitats has led to increased conflict between humans and these elusive predators. Snow leopards, which rely on mountain goats, ibex, and other wild prey, often come into conflict with herders when they hunt livestock. This conflict, coupled with habitat fragmentation and climate change, has made the snow leopard one of the world's most vulnerable big cats. Conservation efforts for the snow leopard are focused on both protecting the animal and reducing human-wildlife conflict. In areas where livestock and snow leopards share the same space, herders are being trained in non-lethal methods to protect their animals, such as using predator-proof enclosures and guarding dogs. Community-based conservation programs also aim to reduce poaching by providing alternative livelihoods to local communities, such as ecotourism, which benefits from the presence of these majestic animals. The creation of protected areas, such as the Snow Leopard Conservancy in Nepal, has also provided a safe haven for snow leopards, allowing them to roam freely without the constant threat of human interference. Collaborative efforts across national borders, with countries like India, Nepal, and China working together, have been vital to the conservation of snow leopards, ensuring that these solitary cats can continue to thrive in their mountainous homes. For the wolves of the Himalayas, the battle for survival is one of cooperation and adaptation. Wolves are social animals, relying on the strength of their pack to hunt, protect their territory, and raise their young. In the rugged mountains, the wolf's survival is intricately tied to the health of its pack. However, the Himalayas, wolves, like other predators, face mounting pressure from human encroachment, habitat loss, and poaching. They are often seen as threats by local farmers, who view the wolves as competitors for livestock. In some areas, wolves are killed to protect herds, and in others, they are hunted for their pelts or to sell their parts on the black market. Conservation efforts for the Himalayan wolf focus on preserving its habitat, minimizing human-wolf conflict, and fostering a better understanding of the role these apex predators play in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Wolves are a keystone species, meaning their presence is crucial for the health of the entire ecosystem. By regulating prey populations and preventing overgrazing, wolves help to maintain a delicate ecological balance. Protecting these predators benefits not only the wolves themselves, but also the entire ecosystem. Conservationists are working to create protected areas where wolves can roam freely, away from the pressures of human development, and are advocating for the recognition of wolves as an essential part of the natural landscape. The golden eagle, a sovereign of the sky, faces its own set of challenges in the Himalayas. Though its vast hunting grounds span the heights of the mountains, it is not immune to the threats of human activity. Habitat destruction, climate change, and the encroachment of human settlements have all had an impact on the golden eagle's ability to find food and raise its young. Golden eagles are often at risk of being caught in traps set for other animals, and their nests are sometimes raided for the young birds, which are sold as exotic pets or for display. The loss of prey, animals such as mountain goats and rabbits, also poses a threat to the golden eagle's survival. As the climate shifts, these prey populations are becoming more erratic, making it harder for eagles to find enough food to sustain themselves. Conservation efforts for golden eagles in the Himalayas are focused on protecting their habitats and ensuring that prey populations remain healthy. This involves creating protected areas, monitoring eagle populations, and working with local communities to reduce human-wildlife conflict. In some regions, the government and NGOs have partnered with local communities to create sustainable practices that allow humans and eagles to coexist. Education programs designed to raise awareness about the importance of eagles in the ecosystem have also played a key role in fostering a culture of conservation. As these apex predators, tigers, snow leopards, wolves, and eagles, face the challenges of survival in the modern world, it is clear that they cannot face these battles alone. Their future depends on the dedication and efforts of those who understand the importance of preserving the balance of nature. Conservationists, scientists, local communities, and governments must work together to ensure that these majestic animals continue to roam the highlands of the Himalayas. The health of these predators is directly tied to the health of the ecosystem itself, and their conservation is essential for maintaining the fragile balance of the natural world. The predators of the Himalayas are more than just hunters. They are the guardians of a fragile ecosystem, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of nature. Their survival is a testament to the resilience of life in one of the harshest environments on Earth. As we move forward, it is up to us to ensure that these silent warriors are not lost to the pages of history. With continued conservation efforts, there is hope for the future of the Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the Himalayan wolf, and the golden eagle. For as long as these apex predators continue to roam the mountains, the Himalayas will remain a living testament to the power, grace, and resilience of nature. In the world of the Himalayas, the pulse of life beats with an urgency that reverberates through every mountain ridge, every snow-covered peak, every shadowed jungle. It is a place where the struggle for survival is not just an instinct, it is an all-encompassing force, an eternal battle fought in the harshest of environments. In this land of extremes, where the cold can cut through bone and the winds howl like spirits of the mountains themselves, every living creature is a warrior. And among them, the predators, the Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the wolf, the golden eagle, are the undisputed masters of survival. Their lives, ruled by an unrelenting cycle of hunger, danger, and resilience, serve as a poignant reminder of the raw, primal forces that govern the natural world. Every hunt is a test of strength and skill. Every step is a fight against the elements, and every breath is a testament to the will to live. It is not a battle fought with weapons or armies, but with instinct, perseverance, and an unwavering will to endure. At the heart of this wilderness, life and death are intertwined in a constant, unbroken rhythm. The predators of the Himalayas live in a world where the margin between life and death is razor thin. The elements, the freezing winds, the biting cold, the high-altitude thin air, are not just external challenges. They are constant threats that shape every decision, every movement, every breath. And yet, these predators have adapted, their bodies and minds honed over thousands of years to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. For the Bengal tiger, every day is a battle for food and territory. In the dense jungles and foothills of Nepal, the tiger's powerful form moves silently through the undergrowth, its eyes trained on the shifting shadows. With every step, it confronts the possibility of failure. The hunt is never guaranteed, and prey is never plentiful. Every successful strike is a victory, but the path to that victory is fraught with struggle. The tiger's sheer power and stealth are its greatest weapons, but so too is its patience. In a world where prey can be scarce and the elements unrelenting, the tiger's ability to wait, to remain still and silent for hours, is what ensures its survival. But the toll this takes is immeasurable. The hunger, the physical exhaustion, the sheer force of will needed to succeed. These are the quiet costs of survival. The Bengal tiger is not alone in this battle. The snow leopard, elusive and solitary, thrives in the frigid heights of the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the temperatures can plummet to unimaginable lows. For the snow leopard, survival is a delicate balance between strength and stealth. The snow leopard's prey is often elusive and agile, capable of navigating the jagged cliffs and rocky outcrops of the high-altitude landscape. And yet, despite the harsh conditions, the snow leopard remains one of the most formidable hunters in the world. It is a predator of remarkable skill, relying on its agility and silence to stalk its prey through the frozen world. But it too faces a constant struggle against the elements. The harsh winters, the lack of food, the isolation, all of these weigh heavily on the snow leopard. In the high mountains, survival is not guaranteed. But it is in these very conditions, in the face of overwhelming odds, that the snow leopard's true strength shines through. And then there are the wolves, the pack hunters of the Himalayas. Unlike the solitary predators, the wolves depend on each other, working together with a precision and coordination that is almost military in its execution. The wolf pack's strength lies in its unity. Together, they hunt, they fight, and they survive. But the cold, the rough terrain, and the constant threat from other predators present challenges that even the wolf pack cannot always overcome. In winter, food is scarce, and the wolves must travel far and wide to find their prey. The cold cuts through their fur, and the thin air leaves them gasping for breath. The fight for survival becomes even more desperate, as food becomes harder to find and territories become more contested. But the wolves never stop fighting. They are relentless, driven by the need to protect their pack, to secure their survival. The emotional and physical toll on each wolf is immense, but their resilience is what keeps them going. In the face of exhaustion, hunger, and danger, the pack endures. Above it all, soaring through the endless skies, are the golden eagles, silent, majestic predators who reign supreme over the high-altitude landscapes. These eagles, with their keen eyesight and powerful wings, are the epitome of grace and strength. From the dizzying heights of the Himalayan cliffs, they survey the land below, their eyes scanning the ground for any movement. The golden eagle's hunting style is one of precision. It is a master of timing, waiting until the perfect moment to dive, its talons outstretched to seize its prey with breathtaking speed. But even the golden eagle must contend with the elements. The winds that carry it through the sky can be brutal, and the cold can be numbing. Every hunt is a calculated risk, a battle against both nature and prey. And yet the eagle's resilience is unmatched. It does not falter, for it knows that survival is its birthright. It is a predator born to endure, to thrive. Each of these, predators in its own way, embodies the essence of survival in the Himalayas. But it is not just the individual struggle that defines their existence. It is the collective battle, the ongoing tension between life and death that shapes the very fabric of the Himalayan ecosystem. These predators are not just hunters, they are also protectors of the balance. They regulate the populations of their prey, ensuring that no one species becomes too dominant, too plentiful. Without them, the ecosystem would collapse. The grasses would wither, the forests would die, and the balance of life would be lost. Yet, the battle is not only fought against nature and prey. These apex predators must also contend with human encroachment, habitat loss, poaching, and the degradation of the environment pose threats that no creature in the Himalayas can escape. The tiger's territory shrinks, the snow leopard's mountain passes become more isolated, and the wolf packs are driven further from their traditional hunting grounds. The struggle for survival is no longer confined to the natural world. It has expanded into the realm of human impact. And in this new battle, the predators of the Himalayas are fighting not just for their own survival, but for the survival of the entire ecosystem. The toll on these animals is immense.
The physical and emotional strain of surviving in the Himalayas, of battling hunger, cold, and danger, is compounded by the additional threat of human interference. These apex predators are not just fighting for food, they are fighting for the
future of their species, for the future of the entire ecosystem that depends on them. The battle for survival, it seems, is not just eternal. It is increasingly fragile. But amid this relentless struggle, there is resilience. The Bengal tiger, though fewer in number, continues to prowl the forests, its raw power and stealth a testament to its enduring strength. The snow leopard, though elusive and solitary, remains a symbol of adaptability and grace in the face of adversity. The wolf pack, though scattered and vulnerable, fights on, united by the unbreakable bonds of family and survival. And the golden eagle, soaring high above the frozen peaks, remains the embodiment of freedom and precision, its wings cutting through the cold mountain air as it hunts with relentless determination. In the face of all the challenges that the Himalayas present, these predators endure. They are the warriors of the mountains, the ultimate survivors, their lives a testament to the raw and relentless will to live. Their survival is not guaranteed, but their resilience, their ability to adapt, and their determination to survive are what make them the true masters of the Himalayas. In this world of extremes, where life and death are constantly at odds, the battle for survival is not just a struggle, It is the essence of existence itself. In the heart of the Himalayas, a profound and silent battle unfolds every day. A battle that is not of war but of survival. A dance between life and death. It is a dance of instinct and cunning, of raw power and delicate strategy, of patience and persistence. The predators that reign over these majestic mountains, the Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the Himalayan wolf, and the golden eagle, are masters of this ancient choreography, and their prey are its reluctant partners. Every movement, every breath, is a step in a larger performance, one that is repeated for generations, passed down from predator to predator, from prey to prey. This delicate balance between predator and prey is not a new story. It is as old as the mountains themselves. The Himalayas, with their vast, rugged terrain, are a stage where the forces of nature perform a daily ritual. For every predator that emerges from the shadows, stalking its prey through the snow or under the cover of dense jungle, there is an equally determined prey species that has honed its own survival strategies, adapting to avoid the jaws, claws, and talons that threaten its life. This is a world defined by cycles, cycles of hunt and escape, of death and life. But at its heart, it is a story of the connection between predator and prey, each dependent on the other in ways that are as deep and as interconnected as the very ecosystem in which they live. The Bengal tiger, in its solitary reign over the Himalayan foothills, stands as a symbol of this primal dance. Its hunting techniques are a testament to the balance of nature, a quiet battle of wits and strength. The tiger's massive frame moves with a grace that belies its power, blending into the shadows of the dense jungle. When it is time to hunt, the tiger's patience is its greatest weapon. It waits, hidden and still, watching its prey, often for hours, until the moment is right. In that moment, the tiger bursts forth with a speed and power that can take down the largest of prey. Its strike is swift, its jaws powerful enough to crush bone and muscle, but it is the tiger's strategy that ensures its survival, not brute force alone. The tiger's prey, often ungulates such as deer or wild boar, have evolved to become adept at evading these deadly predators. Their senses are finely tuned to detect even the slightest movement or sound, and they rely on speed, agility, and their knowledge of the terrain to escape. A deer, startled by the subtle shift in the air, might bolt, its powerful legs propelling it through the thick underbrush. It is a race for survival, one that requires every ounce of energy and every scrap of instinct. And yet for the tiger, this is not just a chase. It is a strategy, a test of patience and precision. The tiger must outthink its prey, anticipating its every move, using the landscape to its advantage, hiding in the folds of the earth, in the shade of towering trees, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This same dance is echoed across the mountain slopes, where the snow leopard, the ghost of the high Himalayas, stalks its prey with a grace that is both haunting and mesmerizing. The snow leopard's hunting strategy is one of silence, of blending into the rocky landscape until it is a mere shadow against the snow. It is a hunter of exceptional stealth, relying on its ability to move with the mountains themselves. The snow leopard's main prey are mountain goats and ibex, agile and sure-footed creatures that can navigate the sheer cliffs and crags of the highlands. For the snow leopard, every hunt is a test of endurance, patience, and precision. Its powerful legs, built for leaping, allow it to scale the vertical surfaces of the mountains, its eyes fixed on the prey below. When the time comes, the snow leopard pounces, covering great distances in the blink of an eye, its fangs sinking into the neck of its prey with lethal accuracy. But the ibex and mountain goats are not passive victims in this dance. They too are attuned to the predator's movements, ever alert to the slightest shift in the wind, the faintest trace of danger. Their lives are a constant challenge, a delicate balance between feeding and escaping, between moving with purpose and remaining vigilant. It is this high-stakes survival game that defines life in the Himalayas, where the terrain itself is both the predator's greatest ally and the prey's final refuge. And then there are the wolves, masterful predators of the pack, where survival is as much about unity as it is about individual skill. The wolf pack operates with an efficiency that is unparalleled in the animal kingdom. Hunting in unison, the wolves track their prey with a collective focus, communicating silently through gestures and movements that keep the group coordinated and deadly. Their quarry, often wild ungulates or smaller mammals, has little chance when the wolves are united. Each member of the pack plays a role in the hunt, and it is this teamwork that ensures their survival in the harsh conditions of the Himalayas. But wolves are not without their challenges. The Himalayan wolf's territory is vast, and within it, resources can be scarce. As winter sets in, prey becomes harder to find, and the wolves are forced to range further, sometimes into territories already claimed by other predators. The struggle for food becomes a struggle for survival, and it is here that the wolf pack's unity truly shines. They must work together to ensure that the pack survives, sometimes at the expense of individual wolves. The strongest may lead the hunt, while the others support or guard the rear. This balance within the pack, where the good of the many outweighs the needs of the few, is what enables them to thrive in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. For the golden eagles of the Himalayas, the dance of predator and prey takes place in the sky. These sovereigns of the air are among the most powerful birds of prey, their keen eyesight allowing them to spot their prey from miles away. Their hunting techniques are precise, their talons capable of seizing rabbits, young goats, or even small mammals that venture too far from cover. The golden eagle does not rely on speed alone, but on the vastness of its domain, the endless sky that offers it unparalleled freedom. From above, the eagle watches, waits, and swoops down with stunning speed, its talons sinking into the flesh of its prey in one fluid motion. The eagle's prey, often small mammals or birds, are aware of the threat, but they cannot escape the eagle's deadly precision. However, the dance between predator and prey is never one-sided. The prey, whether it is a young mountain goat, a fleeing deer, or a rabbit darting for cover, are all participants in this intricate choreography. Each predator, in its own way, shapes the behavior of its prey, pushing it to evolve, to adapt. Prey animals become faster, more agile, more vigilant. The pursuit of life in the Himalayas is not just about survival for the predator, but also about survival for the prey. This mutual struggle, this dance of life and death, ensures that both predator and prey evolve in response to one another, creating an ever-changing, ever-adapting balance in the Himalayan ecosystem. In the broader picture, this dance is not just about the individual lives of these predators and their prey. It is about the health of the entire ecosystem. The predators are the keepers of balance in the mountains. Without them, the populations of herbivores would spiral out of control, overgrazing the landscape and destabilizing the delicate plant life that sustains them. The predators ensure that the ecosystem remains in equilibrium, that each species, whether predator or prey, has a role to play in the larger picture of life in the Himalayas. As the seasons change and the snow begins to blanket the mountains once more, The dance between predator and prey continues, unbroken, timeless. In this frozen wilderness, life and death exist side by side, and the struggle for survival is a constant reminder of the raw power and beauty of nature. Here, in the high peaks of the Himalayas, the predators reign supreme, and the delicate balance of life, forged over millennia, continues to play out in an eternal rhythm. A dance that is both brutal and beautiful, both fierce and fragile. In the vast, snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas, where the land breathes in quiet stillness and the wind whispers tales of ancient times, the future of this majestic wilderness is in the hands of those who have called it home for millennia. The Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the wolf, the golden eagle. Each of these apex predators is more than just a symbol of power. They are the guardians of balance, the quiet stewards of an ecosystem that has thrived in isolation for eons. Yet, their survival, like the survival of the land itself, is far from certain. The Himalayas, a land of extreme beauty and danger, are at a crossroads. The landscape is slowly changing, and the very forces that once allowed these creatures to thrive are now threatening their existence. As the human footprint continues to expand, and as the world around them shifts under the weight of climate change and environmental degradation, the predators of the Himalayas find themselves facing challenges that threaten not only their survival, but the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem. At the heart of this struggle is a simple yet profound truth. Without these apex predators, the Himalayas, like any ecosystem, would unravel. It is the predators, with their unyielding presence, that regulate the balance between species, ensuring that no one group becomes too abundant and that the cycle of life remains uninterrupted. They are the keepers of the ecosystem's health, and their absence would ripple through the mountains, causing a cascade of effects that would reach every corner of the wilderness. Imagine for a moment a world without the Bengal tiger. In the dense jungles of the foothills, where the tiger once prowled silently through the undergrowth, the unchecked populations of herbivores like deer and wild boar would swell, their numbers growing beyond the land's capacity to support them. These animals would graze the forests bare, stripping the land of its plant life, disrupting the entire food chain. The trees would wither, the undergrowth would vanish, and the delicate balance that sustains the habitat would collapse. Without the tiger to regulate the populations of these herbivores, the entire ecosystem would begin to wither. Similarly, in the high-altitude reaches of the Himalayas, where the snow leopard stalks its prey with grace and precision, the loss of this elusive predator would have a devastating effect on the mountain goats and blue sheep that it hunts. These herbivores, unchecked by predation, would multiply rapidly, consuming more and more of the fragile alpine vegetation that sustains them. The land would become barren, the delicate ecosystems that thrive in these high altitudes would degrade, and the very landscape that makes the Himalayas so unique would begin to change, perhaps forever. And what of the wolves, whose packs roam the rugged terrain, hunting together to survive? The loss of the wolf pack would create a vacuum in the lower elevations of the mountains. The wolves are not just hunters. They are also an integral part of the ecosystem's social structure, working in harmony with the land. Their absence would leave behind an ecosystem where smaller predators, like foxes and jackals, could thrive, unchecked. These smaller creatures would become more aggressive, competing for the same food sources, and in time, they would overwhelm the landscape. The balance of predator and prey would be disrupted, and the natural order would begin to crumble. The golden eagle, too, plays a critical role in maintaining this balance. As one of the highest flying predators in the world, it has an unmatched ability to regulate populations of smaller animals, from rodents to carrion. Without the eagle, the scavengers that rely on its hunting would be left to forage on their own, creating an imbalance in the food chain. The web of life would slowly begin to unravel, as species that once thrived in harmony would find themselves caught in a cycle of depletion and starvation. The loss of these predators would not just affect the species they hunt, but the entire ecosystem. Every tree, every blade of grass, every insect and bird, every animal that roams the mountains, is part of a complex web of life that has evolved over millions of years. The predators at the top of this web are the keystones, holding everything in place. Without them, the whole system would collapse. Yet, despite the profound challenges these predators face, there is hope. Hope in the efforts of those who are dedicated to the conservation of the Himalayan ecosystem. From the dense jungles to the icy peaks, wildlife conservationists are working tirelessly to protect these iconic animals, to ensure that the balance of the ecosystem is maintained for generations to come. In Nepal, India, and Bhutan, dedicated teams of researchers, park rangers, and local communities are working together to monitor tiger populations, protect snow leopard habitats, and ensure the survival of wolf packs and golden eagles. Through a combination of field research, anti-poaching measures, and community outreach, these efforts are beginning to bear fruit. One of the key initiatives is the creation of wildlife corridors, protected areas that allow animals to move freely between different parts of their habitat. These corridors are crucial for predators like the Bengal tiger and the snow leopard, whose territories often span vast and fragmented landscapes. By ensuring that these animals can move safely across the land, conservationists are helping to reduce human-wildlife conflict, which is one of the leading threats to these species. In addition to habitat preservation, anti-poaching laws and enforcement have been strengthened across the Himalayas. Poaching for fur, bones, and other body parts of these predators has long been a significant threat, particularly for the snow leopard and the tiger. With more resources devoted to anti-poaching patrols and greater penalties for offenders, the threat of poaching has been reduced, allowing these predators to live and hunt in peace. Perhaps most importantly, there is a growing recognition of the importance of these predators, not only for the environment, but for the local communities that call the Himalayas home. In many parts of the region, conservation efforts are working hand in hand with sustainable tourism, providing economic opportunities for local people while ensuring that the wildlife and their habitats are protected. Local communities are becoming increasingly involved in conservation efforts, whether through ecotourism, wildlife monitoring, or habitat restoration projects. By ensuring that people and wildlife can coexist, conservationists are helping to create a future where both can thrive. But the battle is far from over. Climate change remains one of the most pressing challenges facing the Himalayas. Rising temperatures, changing precipitation patterns, and the loss of glaciers are altering the landscape in ways that are difficult to predict. The predators of the Himalayas, like all species, are facing new threats as their habitats shift and their food sources become scarcer. It is crucial, now more than ever, that conservation efforts are stepped up, that these predators are given the protection they need to survive in an ever-changing world. The future of the Himalayas depends on the continued resilience of its apex predators. The Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the wolf, and the golden eagle. They are the last of their kind, and their survival is intricately tied to the survival of the entire ecosystem. As long as they roam the forests and mountains, as long as they continue to hunt and protect their territories, the balance of the ecosystem will remain intact. But if they disappear, if their numbers dwindle and their habitats are lost, the entire web of life will begin to unravel. In the end, the fate of the Himalayas rests in the hands of those who are willing to fight for its future. The struggle for survival is not just the battle of the predators. It is the battle of all life on the mountain, and it is a battle that is worth fighting for. For in the face of extinction, there is always hope, and in the delicate balance of the Himalayas, there is always the possibility for renewal. The Himalayas, often referred to as the roof of the world, rise majestically against the horizon, their peaks crowned with snow and their slopes etched by the passage of time. It is here, in the highest and most unforgiving realms on Earth, that the apex predators, tigers, snow leopards, wolves, and eagles, have made their homes, adapting to a landscape that challenges every facet of their existence. Their survival, their relentless pursuit of life in the harshest conditions, is a testament to the strength, resilience, and beauty that defines the spirit of the Himalayas. These predators, fierce and enigmatic, are not just the rulers of their domains, but the guardians of the ecosystem's balance. They have mastered the art of survival in a world where every day is a battle, not just against the elements, but against the very forces that threaten their continued existence. Through the dense, humid jungles of the foothills to the icy expanses of the high-altitude plateaus, these creatures have carved out a place for themselves, using patience, precision, and an unyielding drive to overcome the odds stacked against them. The Bengal tiger, with its regal bearing and unmatched stealth, is the embodiment of raw power and grace. It moves silently through the jungles of Nepal and India, its golden coat merging with the shadows, its eyes keenly watching for every movement in the dense underbrush. The tiger's hunting methods are a dance of patience, waiting for hours, perhaps days, for the right moment to strike. It has learned to thrive in environments where its survival depends on a delicate balance between predation and resource conservation. Its strength is not just physical. It is the mastery of silence, of stillness, and of patience. Then there is the snow leopard, a creature so elusive it seems more spirit than flesh. Cloaked in its silvery gray coat, the snow leopard is the embodiment of the high-altitude predator. Adapted to the extreme cold and thin air of the Himalayas, it moves with silent grace, stalking its prey through the rugged mountain terrain, its movements a blur against the white backdrop of snow. The snow leopard does not hunt for sport. It hunts for survival. In the harsh and desolate expanse of the high mountains where food is scarce and the air is thin, every hunt is a struggle, every kill a victory. Its survival is a constant reminder of the balance between life and death, of the delicate line that every predator must walk in order to endure. The wolves, with their intelligence and social structure, are the epitome of teamwork. In the unforgiving cold of the Himalayan foothills, they have learned that survival is not a solitary effort. Together they hunt as one, moving through the landscape with a sense of unity and purpose. Their coordinated efforts, their ability to communicate with subtlety, and their unwavering loyalty to the pack are the keys to their survival. The wolves understand that only through cooperation can they hope to conquer the land's many challenges. They are not just survivors, they are masters of their environment, knowing that their strength lies in their unity, and above them all, soaring like silent kings of the sky, are the golden eagles. These magnificent birds, with their sharp eyes and powerful wings, rule the high reaches of the Himalayas. With every beat of their wings, they command the sky, their presence a symbol of strength and majesty. The eagle's hunting technique is the epitome of precision. using their incredible vision to spot their prey from miles away, then diving at the right moment, their talons like daggers. The golden eagles are not just hunters, they are symbols of endurance, of mastery over the elements. Their flight is a reflection of the freedom that exists in this harsh world, a freedom that comes from understanding the land, the wind, and the prey that sustains them. These predators are not simply survivors. They are the masters of their world. They have conquered one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. The Himalayas, with their extreme altitudes, their unpredictable weather, and their rugged terrain, might seem to be an impenetrable fortress to any living creature. Yet, the predators of these mountains have turned these challenges into their strengths. They have evolved in response to the land's harsh demands, adapting their bodies, their behaviors, and their strategies to ensure that they not only survive, but thrive. It is through their adaptability, their intelligence, and their sheer will to live that they have conquered this unforgiving wilderness. Yet, as much as the predators of the Himalayas embody strength and resilience, their future is far from secure. The challenges they face today are as great as any they have faced in the past, if not greater. Climate change, habitat destruction, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict are all taking their toll. The delicate balance that these apex predators maintain is under constant threat, and their survival is increasingly uncertain. But even in the face of these daunting challenges, there is hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these magnificent creatures, to safeguard the habitats they rely on, and to ensure that the delicate balance of the Himalayan ecosystem remains intact. These efforts, however, will not be enough without the support of those who recognize the importance of preserving these creatures and the ecosystems they sustain. The struggle for the survival of the Bengal tiger, the snow leopard, the wolf, and the golden eagle is not just the struggle of the animals themselves, it is the struggle of all of us. The health of the Himalayas is intertwined with the health of the world, and by protecting these predators, we are protecting the future of the planet. The Himalayas are a place of extremes, extreme beauty, extreme challenges, and extreme survival. The predators that call this land home have learned to adapt, to thrive, and to conquer. Their strength, their beauty, and their resilience are a testament to the power of life in the face of adversity. But perhaps more importantly, they are a reminder of the delicate balance that exists in the natural world and of the responsibility we have to protect it. In the end, the predators of the Himalayas are not just masters of survival. They are the living embodiment of the raw power of nature, the enduring spirit of life, and the relentless pursuit of existence against all odds. Their struggle, their triumphs, and their resilience are stories that speak to us all. For in their survival, we find our own. The lessons they offer of strength, of patience, of adaptation, are lessons that we can all learn from. And as we look toward the future, we can take comfort in the knowledge that as long as these magnificent creatures continue to roam the mountains, the spirit of the Himalayas will endure.